Brother's coming. All right, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with a quick live stream vid. I'm gonna make this pretty quick, or we'll just have chop it up a little bit at the same time. But first things first, to give you an update on the condition of Donald Trump, it's now been reported as of just moments ago that he is being sent over to the Walter Reed Hospital um, for further evaluation. Now, some people are going to speculate that maybe his condition has gotten worse, even though his administration has reported that he has mild symptoms, which means he's okay, he's working this, that, and the third. But what I find strange about that is that not only that this has been breaking that he's being sent to Walter Reed as we speak, but he hasn't been on Twitter all day, which is kind of bizarre. That's unlike the president of the United States because he's active on Twitter, like social media, like from every millisecond, as you want to call it. I guess that's an understatement, but um, we. It's also to further point out that Mark Meadows, who came out today and spoke to the media, um, it's reported that he's having having some cautionary symptoms, and I'm wondering why isn't he wearing a mask? And it's also reported that Hope Hicks, which stems to the whole situation, her testing positive, and those who are around her in a tight room in a helicopter, and also going to the meetings that they had going leading up to the rally they had in Minnesota a couple of days ago. They said she tested positive on Wednesday, and yet she was allowed to be in the meeting in the boardroom. She's allowed to travel with them, and then I guess when she had tested negative, and then her symptoms started to get worse around that time, they isolated her, had her in a helicopter for a certain amount of hours. The next, they tested her again, and she became positive. This was on Wednesday, and yet this was kept out of the public eye. This was kept under wraps until we found out yesterday it was leaked. Someone leaked the information about her medical condition, and now that the president of the United States and his wife has tested positive. Now, by the way, she is asymptomatic, and some people are speculating that why she tested positive. I mean, a lot of people are running these theories that the damaging tapes that came out, what she said about the migrant children, or the migrant the immigrant children's at the border, or you could say the illegal immigrant children's at the border. She had which was where I'm looking for. She had not saying disrespected that, but that's lighthearted to say the least. But she had ridiculed them and also ridiculed the fact that she didn't want to fulfill her Christmas duties as a first lady. But anyways, that's besides the point. The point is that he has been transmitted to the hospital. Maybe they're taking precautionary steps like the UK did with Boris Johnson when he had tested positive for COVID. Who knows? But according to Gabriel Sherman, who's an excellent investigative reporter, by the way, I think, yeah, no problem, Olo. No problem, man. No problem, man. I am covering this. According to Gabriel Sherman, who is an excellent investigative journalist, he says that Donald Trump, according to the source, his source, Donald Trump is suffering from a fever and some coughs. Now, again, this contradicts what the White House is saying. They're saying that he has mild symptoms and that he's working, he's in good spirits. So now, again, if he's being transmitted to Walter Reed, that means that perhaps what Gabriel Sherman is saying is true. So again, at the same time, it is an argument that they are taking him to Walter Reed just to, rule out any other possibilities or just to closely monitor him, given the fact that he's had health conditions, he is obese, and the fact that he has had strokes, which he denied. So, okay, I will. I'll be up there. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking to my wife. But yeah, yeah. So it's very, 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 very. I don't know. Like I said, I'll still, keep an eye on this and see what's, what developments that we have. But I do know is this though, he'll be out of commission for several days. There won't be no campaigning. There will be no virtual conferences. He has a crucial meeting today, and that had to be canceled. So, regarding their, the next steps of campaigning, and the next step is how they're going to approach the well, once the upcoming presidential debate. Now that's canceled. Now we don't know if they're going to have a third presidential debate based off what's going on. So, and also, by the way, it's worth pointing out that there's several other Republicans who got who got affected by the coronavirus. Mike Lee, who went to the White House a couple of days ago, who's a very, very, very adamant anti-science Republican senator from Utah. He tested positive. Then you have the Republican RNC chairman, I think was it Ramona Williams, I believe that's her name. Oh, Rona McDaniel, yeah. She tested positive not too long ago. So there's also several Secret Services members who protect the president a lot. They tested positive. So there's an outbreak at the White House. There's a huge outbreak right now. And I also have to point out that you have Republicans out there, some Republicans out there, some Trump supporters are going out there who are saying to Joe Biden, they're telling him that he needs to suspend his campaign for the next 14 days starting today out of respect to the President of the United States. This is what I have to say. I would say fuck all that. That's not Joe Biden's problem. Yeah, I know I may sound harsh why I say this, and I'm gonna be honest, truthful here. The reason why I say this is because it's not Joe Biden's fault that Donald Trump didn't take this thing very seriously. It's not Joe Biden's fault that Donald Trump idiotically went out there and hosted a crowd of events with no masks, no social distancing amongst the supporters, none of that. They vehemently ignored every health precautionary step that is to be in many states when they held these rallies. That's his fault. This is something that could have been prevented, and he's the reason why it's his fault that he contracted the virus. That's so Joe Biden should not even even concede to that fact. I'm just being honest. I know it may sound cruel, yeah, but why should Joe Biden suspend his campaign for 14 days, even though it was Donald Trump who self-inflicted, went out there and got affected with the virus? Now, again, some people are suggesting that Hope Hicks is a scapegoat here, but maybe Donald Trump may have had this thing longer than no one, longer than before the Hope Hicks thing had came about. Maybe he affected her. Who knows? We don't know that, but it's possible given the fact that he's have shown some signs of health, um, some health issues. That needs to be pointed out. I mean, the way he's been walking, the way he's been behaving, it's just like I look, man. I just think that this is more to it than we know at this point. I really believe that. I really do believe it. And what else was gonna say? Oh yeah, and I'm sorry guys, I'm a little distracted here. you, you wanted me to come in? Yeah, I'll be up there to meet him. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. We have my wife's relative, her brother is here, so I'll gotta meet the guy. It's all good, y'all. But anyways, back to this task at hand. So I think that they're covering up some. There's some things that we're not being told about this whole situation, about the whole Hicks thing, about how this thing. The point is that we have an outbreak at the White House right now. It is really bad. And for all those people out there who've been so anti-science, who've been anti-medicine out there, now what do you have to say about this? So now you guys care about science and medicine when it matters the most, when it comes to you, or when it comes to Donald Trump, who's been vehemently denying science and medicine for years now. So I'll follow this further. We'll see. Anything. I'll update you guys as soon as I can. As soon as he gets over to Walter Reed. But again, according to Gabriel Sherman, he has a fever. He has a fever and he has coughs. And I don't consider that mild symptoms, as the White House is saying. So yeah. So hey, what's up, huh, man? What's up, Joe host? You've been on it with these streams these days. Yeah, I've been, man. I've been more active, proactive, which I promised I would be. The truth says that Wilder's a dosser, AJ and Fury both KO him. He has no boxing skills. Yeah, 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 yeah. We know that. Yeah, I mean, what else is new? Wilder is a limited boxer, but at the same time, he does have the athleticism. He does have some bit of technique, but he is who he is, plain and simple. Now, speaking of Deontay Wilder, which I was going to get into in the course of this stream, Deontay Wilder has parted ways with Mark Breland. Um, Now, what does that mean for as far as the trainer is concerned? Does that mean Floyd Mayweather will be his new trainer? I doubt that. But I mean, wouldn't rule out that possibility. But I think if anybody who should train Deontay Wilder, it should be Buddy McGirt. And the reason why I say that is because Buddy McGirt have saved fighters' careers. He's known to do that. Others rejuvenate their careers, like Arturo Gatti, he famously saved his career because Arturo Gatti was nothing but a club fighter before he got with with Buddy McGirt. McGirt was the one who helped revamp his style to become more of a boxer and more of a selective selective output fighter, and that proven to lengthen his career in Toro Gotti. And then also Sergey Kovalev, he rejuvenated his career and made him become a third-time champion, which made people believe that Kovalev didn't have nothing left in him after the first Elidia Alvarez fight. So I would say Buddy McGirt should be his next trainer. That'd be the logical choice. Because I think McGirt could teach Wilder some things, and he'll probably give him the pet top like he gave Sergey Kovalev. You may not be able to do those things like you were able to get away with in your earlier days of your career. You may not be able to do that anymore. Now it's time for you to learn to start boxing and be cautionary, and You need to not rely on that one hand knockout power. You can't do that anymore. Hold on, guys. Yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, I only got about a minute here, guys. So I just wanted to go ahead and report that. So we'll see, who's Wilder's new trainer going to be, and we'll see how things further develop on that standpoint. What's up, Shizbiz? Um, so another news: the Charlo pay-per-view has reported to done over at least over 100,000 to 120,000 buys. So I believe, if you want to be diplomatic about this, maybe 110,000 buys. Let's be in the middle. Probably would be the number. But to me, honestly, I was surprised it even hit 100,000. Now, does that mean that they made money or broke even on the pay per view? I doubt it. I really don't think they did. Maybe they came up short on the broke even mark. Maybe the broke even mark was maybe 150K or maybe 130K. But if you think that if this is a flop, that's a question. I think it flopped, but yeah, but not to the not to the highest standard as you want to call it, but I don't think it did well as far as the Charlo pay per view, which we all agree, which we all predicted would not do well. But I am surprised that it got even to 100,000 buys. I'm really surprised about that. So I guess in one instance, that's one success for the Charlos that they were able to crack 100,000 buys. But at the same time, it doesn't result. It doesn't mean it was a successful pay per view. I don't think it was, even though it was a very good card. But AO Booze, what's happening? So other than that, the Sergey Lipinets fight has been postponed or canceled. That's unfortunate. And the Gervonta Davis and the Leo Santa Cruz pay per view card has been moved to a 1 week. It has been moved from October 24th to October 31st, which a lot of people are speculating that that was a move given the fact that on that same day, on October 24th, that big UFC card is going to take place. That's Khabib versus Adib. Not Adib, I'm sorry, Khabib. And a lot of people are speculating that once again, boxing has taken the backseat over to the UFC, just like the Zone did with Canelo versus Kovalev card. All right, and in one instance, I may have to agree with that latter point because boxing cannot compete with a major UFC card. It just can't do it. And I know I had a conversation with D Style and Apple Titan and go get the smoke about this. And shout out to those guys. And they were adamant about the fact that boxing, that UFC can't really compete with boxing. But if that's the case, then why would they move the Tank Davis card just to accommodate their card? I mean, seriously, if they could compete, why would they move that date? There's no other explanation behind that. They know they can't compete with that card, and they knew they're going to take a huge financial loss on it. So that's why they had to move the date. And it's sad though, because again, box that just shows that the UFC particularly is outdoing boxing from a casual fan standpoint. It is. I'm sorry to say that. It is. You guys might not want to believe that, but that's a fact. Now, as far as having overall wealth and financial means, yeah, boxing kills the UFC in that area. No question about it, because it's been around for much longer than the UFC. But at the same time, we're talking about in today's standards and modern standards, it just can't compete it's not competing very well on a casual standpoint. It's not boxing, that is, with the UFC. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Other than that, guys, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to give you guys a quick live stream to give you an update what's going on with Donald Trump in the boxing world right now. So other than that, I'm out. Peace.